We're talking about
episode 2. You know,
episode 2, season 1.
Episode 2.
Season 1, episode 2.
This is season 1, episode 2.
Season 1.
If you're here watching this, thank you again. My name is Merc B.
And I'm Q.
You can catch me on Mercedes Boy at Twitter.
And you can catch me at Q at Meet Quintonio on Twitter.
On Twitter. That's what's up. Oh, excuse me, I ain't mean for that. Well, we hope we hope you're enjoying our show. You know, it's only the second show.
Yes. We need swivel chairs.
And these swivel chairs. This is going to be an interesting show. And these swivel chairs, just because I'm gonna keep it real with you. We ain't got no control. So if you see us grabbing on each other, just understand we just trying to stabilize. For you to make sure your viewing experience.
For your enjoyment.
Right. You know what I mean.
Yes.
We try to be still and stand still and stay right there. And we hope that you all understand.
Yes.
But there's a lot to talk about. The big deal this week was Hot 97, Mister Cee.
Mister Cee.
Yeah.
DJ
Actually, it turns out that he was on the network or actually explaining the situation. For those of you that may not know, he was involved in a prostitution arrest.
What kind of prostitutional arrest, though? Not just any old prostitutional arrest.
Well, I think people are familiar with the previous story that he was actually caught twice in soliciting a transgender prostitute. This particular...
Which transgender, meaning a male who is transitioning over to a female, right?
Correct. So he was actually caught in this particular situation, and as a result, I think he's done the arrest thing, and also may have done community service. I'm not sure. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I do know that I believe a couple days ago, yesterday or the day before, on the Hot 97 radio show, he addressed the allegations, addressed his personal problems about it. And here's my thing with this. Mister Cee is definitely a legend. Anybody that knows anything about New York hip hop, mid-90s hip hop, knows that Mister Cee pretty much has stood as the premier DJ, the DJ that broke so much new music to the hip hop culture during that time.
But
there's no but for me in that he's a legend.
Okay.
I'm seeing it right here. He's definitely a legend. I mean, he broke Biggie. He started DJing for Big Game King.
okay, but that's not the point. That's not the point at the hand, though. Much respect, big ups to Mister Cee, but let's get to what the point is. Okay, we talking about straight men, because I think he alleged in this interview that he was straight. He's not a gay male. Straight men who have sex or enjoy sex with transgender people, right?
Right. I think the term that they use is trans-loving individuals.
But they're still considered straight.
I don't necessarily believe that it's considered straight. It is a gender, it's alternative in that regard. I don't think it's not considered gay, however.
But it ain't considered straight, though, right?
It's not considered straight.
Did he say he was straight?
He said he was not gay. He did not say he was straight.
Okay, but what is he then? So do we?
He's trans-loving.
That's a new category.
It's not a new category. It's just actually, it's actually one of those things that's always been here.
I don't know.
And
So you gotta
never had a name. And he is trans-loving.
I didn't hear him say that he was trans-loving during that entire interview.
But he did not say he was gay.
Okay.
And he did not say he was gay, and he did not say he was straight.
Okay. I think that he should have clarified, because I think that in most cases people assume if you say you're not gay, that you're automatically saying that you're straight.
Oh, no. I do believe that. I do believe most people will think that. I think in Mister Cee's case, there are two things there is one thing that goes on with this particular situation. If you listen to the clip, I don't think he was ready to make those statements publicly. I think he did so under some sort of duress. I have no proof of that. However, I do believe that that's what the situation was. I think he did that under duress and did not want to disclose that much information.
Yeah.
Honestly, my opinion of it is he should have never done that. Everything everybody needed to know was in the newspaper. So for him to address that at his job in front of everybody, I think it was just a little bit, you know, I don't have a better word for it. I think it was treacherous for his job to put him on the radio and get sound bites of him saying that he received fellatio from a transgender person.
Even though he's not the first guy.
He's not the first guy, but to get those, to have those sound bites, you know, with radio, they're going to use those sound bites forever.
Yeah.
And I felt like his own job pretty much played the shit out of him for making him do that for whatever reason. Now I heard the rumors it was something about them keeping sponsorship or something like that, and him not telling the truth. But I don't think it was a matter of truth or lies when you could go to your local newspaper and read the articles about him getting caught once or twice or whatever it was. If those were lies in the paper, then we have a problem. But I felt like personally, if it were me, and I don't know what his situation was, that I would have said, look, everything you all need to know is in the newspaper, and I'm not talking about it. Boom.
I mean, I really don't know how to address this situation without coming off judgmental, but it's just, I don't necessarily understand the whole transgender loving sector of the world. I don't understand what that means exactly.
I mean, I'm not an expert on it. I do know this. I mean, I understand that there are more ways to live life than the ones I know of.
Right.
With the trans situation specifically, you know, I've had it explained to me, and I've explained it to others as this. There are people that desire certain characteristics and certain combinations, in that trans loving people like specific characteristics in their mates that transgender men and women, I guess, fulfill. And I can leave it at that. I'm fine with that. I don't know what makes a specific person attracted to a transgender person as opposed to attracted to the same sex person or opposite sex person. I think for humans, it's all a different recipe, personally, individually. You know what I mean? So I just like to say that, you know, for the trans loving men that are out there, you know, it's very important that you speak up and identify. I know it's not easy.
Right.
You know, I know.
Just raise your hand.
Yeah, just raise your hand and identify. You know, those of you that can, those of you know, I happen to know maybe a couple men that actually, you know, identify as trans loving. Yeah. And you know, all I can personally say is that we need more like you. We reach out to you.
We need more like you.
We need more like you. There are so many transgender women and men that need love, that need that same, you know,
they seem like they doing pretty
well.
They the numbers. They seem like they doing well, and in most cases better than me, because they get all the celebrity men. I mean, so I don't know if we need more of them. But if you feel that way, then that's fine. They seem like they're doing a lot better than me on the man front. Than
I mean that's debatable, because we have a lot of transgenders that, you know, that work in the sex industry, yes, that are unable to get proper employment, yep, proper housing, right, you know, because of their transgender and non-gender conforming status. So you know, I understand what you mean. It's always funny when we talk about just sexuality and the existence of it. I think that people always, you know, assume that because we talk about these things today and that we're able to discuss them, you know, over the interweb and in the different outlets, that that, you know, we've kind of reached the mountaintop with these issues. Right. I just like to remind people, especially those of us that are here in these major cities, that we are in major cities with dense populations and, you know, a lot of access to variety.
Right.
However, there is a large portion of our population that are not in these kind of dense gatherings when it comes to their, you know, localities, and they don't get to be as expressive or be as, you know, open to the different varieties of life that are out there as we do in these cities. So, you know, it's funny that you say, when you say, you know, those girls into a good, when you mention the numbers, you know, I know the girls like to think, you know, our transgenders brothers and sisters are putting up good numbers.
They put up good numbers.
Okay.
And that's not just overseas. It's not just in Japan. In the US,
I'm telling you that that could be relative, because we're, like I said, we're in these major cities where, you know, that culture is allowed just a little bit more levity. Is that the right word? To thrive.
Yes, yes.